There is a new Rocket League update. There is going to be an Octagon arena. That's going to be nuts.
Okay.
Cool.
That's going to be crazy.
You know what would be crazier?
There's going to be so much shit happening in the middle. Lots of like wall riding stuff.
They should have more
I should
teams
get back into that.
of like every single part of the Octagon. All 8 should be like a team of 3. And then you just cluster fuck out your internet.
It is 3v3, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can do 2v2 or 1v1.
multiplayer.
Those
Can
game
you
modes
4?
exist. Yes, it's called Chaos Mode.
Okay.
I think
I like it with more players, if I remember correctly.
I prefer 3.
Three's more
standard.
like 3. You can't get away with having a bad player. You know, if you have a bad player in 3v3, you're fucked.
It's
4, it's like you can kind of get away with it. There's a little bit of a
Are we recording, or is this...
We are actually,
been recording.
Yeah,
the whole time we're messing with the lighting, we were all recording the whole time.
A free game mode to be included with our next... Okay,
we
so
got
it's
the
a free
lamp
game.
drop.
Rocket League is kind of like, and obviously genre, it's not this, but I just mean in terms of getting into it.
I got it pulled up.
Like an RTS. It's like if you don't fucking get it, it's really hard to get into. And I do not get it.
Rocket League is it's like
capable.
Super Smash in that the I guess the wall you have to climb to start being like not annoyed in online play is a little high. You have to be like pretty good before you can enjoy it. That's just one of those games, which it's kind of, I consider that a little bit of a flaw.
Yeah.
I think it needs to have I don't know, maybe better matchmaking or something like that.
I mean, the thing is though is that it got the fan base.
It did.
So I'm not exactly saying they need to do anything. They got a working strategy.
They're doing what they're doing. I like the game as it is. It's great. And they're adding more free shit. Because welcome to Memory Card Radio!
We couldn't get it.
That was a pretty okay one.
Sometimes we're able to find each other and harmonize, and we didn't make it happen that time.
That one was more of a noise rock kind of open. It was pretty,
I enjoy being the second sound that goes under it.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are the blanket, and then I'm just kind of like the thing pushing against it.
I was an annoying,
that's a weird
sharp
metaphor.
barbed wire at the top with my awful
I'm
voice.
the blanket, or you're the blanket, and I'm the thing pushing against it. What the fuck is that?
I don't. You know how you push against the blanket?
What's the thing?
I mean,
do I want to know? Is this dirty?
In the laws of physics,
kids don't push against the blanket.
This is a flat surface, and it would be like fucking with that surface and adding a little bit of bounce to it, a little movement into the music.
Makes sense to me.
I still don't understand. I still don't get it.
It doesn't matter.
It's all about
Actually,
the bottom bun.
I think I understand less after that.
And it's all about the bottom bun anyway.
The bottom bun.
It's there's the bun and then the blanket.
Is it above the bottom bun?
I would be below it.
So the bottom bun is what's pushing against it.
Well, really, the blanket's above the bottom bun.
The bottom bun is pushing against the top bun right now.
This conversation's about nothing.
What if this is the first episode that someone has seen of us? That's going to happen to somebody.
Good.
Because if they saw the last one, this would make sense. Because the bottom bun thing we keep saying every episode.
It sounds like you should be more interested. If this intrigues you, go back, watch our earlier episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have some Memory Card Radio updates. We uploaded the random PlayStation games video that we kept referencing in podcasts, and it wasn't up yet. If you go watch previous podcasts, there's points where I say, I guess this is as far as I go, which is from this game. It's the third game.
Shadow
in the video.
of Destiny.
Shadow of Destiny. And
classic.
We just uploaded it. It's 16 minutes. John did an amazing job.
That was a great fucking.
Only took me a month and a half.
Wow.
But yeah, I just need to shorten production time, and we're good.
I think editing compilations that long take a very long time. I've done them before, like the 10-minute kind of like Kraken Bed Bananas format, whatever, like 10 to 20 minutes.
You know, if I didn't have
time
work and other things, if I could just do this full time, it would be doable, I think.
Yes,
like I see that.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like, I think that Final Fantasy is going to take a lot of time out of that when we do it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to bank that. I'm thinking.
That's good. That's good stuff, man.
I'm just warning them so they don't have to wonder where the fuck our PS2 video is.
I like our streams. We haven't done streams in a while.
Streams are great.
We'll do them. We'll do one of my
We can have
Sony-
both. That's a special.
Our Sony press conference stream at E3, which you can go watch right now at youtube.com/memorycardradio,
yes,
is our most viewed video.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Where we just dicked around and played music like assholes for 20 minutes before we even started.
I want to see what the like-dislike is, but I'm scared to look, so I'm not gonna.
It's funny.
It's that video is like you go to if you like click around, it's like what you hear is they'll just go, oh damn, this sucks, it's boring, and then you skip ahead and then bing bing bum ba bum bum bum.
I'm sure that's what it's like. You got a 50-50 shot. You're either going to get us playing music or
it's
or
just
you
our
watch a lot
awful
of
music.
React to videos, but ours is the most.
It's our awful music over people talking and you can't hear them. That's what our
we
stream
should copyright that format.
And we're
Yes.
just asking each other, what did he say?
Garbage and noise.
Was it a big news? Was
Talentless
this a new Crash
improv
Bandicoot? I
music
don't even know.
over video of people
Yes.
over interview video.
What the fuck
a new
is a
genre.
remastered Crash Bandicoot? I haven't heard any news about a fucking PS1
You're not going to hear anything about
remaster.
that for a while.
It should take 2 minutes. It's a 32 megabyte game.
That's going to take a while. I guarantee you. That's
32
just going to
megabytes?
take. It's going to Mighty Number 9 all over the place. Except it's actually going to be good. It's going to end up being good. But I mean, it's going to. I have a feeling it's going to take a long time. It's going to get fumbled around a little bit.
As long as it's the same quality as Mighty Number 9, that's all I care about.
It'll be good. I think they'll be good. They're just going to take a while because Sony's kind of weird about shit. And they're their first party in-house stuff can get real weird. The PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale development was a little rocky. I mean, that's just what they do.
Yep.
I don't know why. Something in there, something's a problem. But
Sony.
it still comes out, and it's still, a lot of times it ends up being either good or better than good. So whatever.
Sony, my son.
Anyway, what have you been playing?
I played 2 games. One I did not like, and I told you, and it shocked everyone. There's a Yakuza game I don't like. It turns out sad.
Dead Souls.
So the good news is it's a spin-off, right? All the games are like punching and beating the shit. And
He's
beating
talking
up.
about 5, by the way.
No, 5's great.
Okay.
Dead Souls was
Dead
shit.
Souls.
Which was it was the main cast, except they were fighting zombies. I don't think it was even that the game turned me away. I just fucking hate zombie culture right now. I hate it.
It's just oversaturated, so like even if it's good, it still doesn't matter.
I've hated it for like 3
hurts
years.
me.
Yeah.
I've hated it for like 3 years. It's funny because it's like it is a zombie. It just won't fucking go away. It just won't stop.
Yeah.
And it's done. It's dead.
Like
a zombie. It needs to go away, but will not persist.
the game is funny. It's just I've seen this joke too many times. It's just how do fucking kind of idiot people react to zombie outbreak? How does the town, your favorite characters, react? Oh shit, it's a zombie. That's how they fucking react.
Well, I guess that's as far as they go.
So I played 10 minutes of 5, and I said this is actually such a leap from 4 in terms of quality. I'm going to wait to play it because I want to give it more time to sink.
It's free PS Plus, right?
It is, but like fucking like the jump they made to quality, it's like a generation gap, even though it isn't. Because like 3 and 4 are on PS3, and so is 5. But 5 feels like it's such a step above 4.
It was a late PS3 game, wasn't it?
It was 2012 in Japan. We got 2015 because they dicked us for a while.
Even 2012, I would say, is kind of later in the life cycle.
But it's a fucking like I could tell by the 10 minutes. Like this is a whole nother league. So I'm gonna wait.
You loving it?
I only played 10 minutes and then.
But you loved it.
I loved it. I loved it more than any of the other ones. That's what I'm saying. Generational leap.
Yakuza.
Anyway,
Very cool.
I've also been playing StarCraft Universe.
Ooh.
This is fucking weird. So
Is this the HD?
No,
thing?
no, it's not. This is a mod by
Okay.
fans. So mods, there were a bunch of people like, hey, Warcraft has an MMO. Why not StarCraft? So they made a fucking MMO for StarCraft, and it's like Warcraft in a lot of ways.
I own StarCraft. Can I just install it if I own the game?
Yes, and it's free. But here's the weirdest fucking thing, right? It looks like an MMO, feels like an MMO. It's on the StarCraft 2 engine. I don't understand how the fucking RTS engine makes like a 3D character perspective MMO.
I don't know.
Oh, that's weird.
I mean, like I've
I
now
wonder about the
looked
Brutal
in-
Doom mod in terms of that. Like, how is this using any data? It doesn't feel.
StarCraft-
It's so much. It's so different.
This MMO is so fucking not a mod because you can download it in the arcade. It's just right there. It's like they made a Little Big Planet thing that was just a full fucking MMO. And then I looked harder at this fucking engine and I realized things about StarCraft 2. There are 2 games being made, mods, that Blizzard has given blessing and support of. They are remaking Diablo 2 using StarCraft 2's engine and Warcraft 3. And you can't fucking tell it's StarCraft when you look at these things. It's perfect, and it's
Good engine.
God, that's a good engine.
I like a good engine.
So anyway, I'm playing StarCraft 2.
You can have all the things in the world, but if you got a shitty engine, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm just
Thomas the
saying,
Tank
I've
Engine.
never fucking seen one more impressive in terms of what it can do and that it can run on fucking everything.
That's cool, man.
I'm going
That's
to
cool.
become a game developer, and my company is going to be called Thomas the Tank.
Call it StarCraft.
And we are going
2.
to make the Thomas the Tank engine.
I like that.
StarCraft 2. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're going to make an engine out of an engine.
Well, Blizzard might give you one of their voice actors because they did that for the MMO. They just gave them voice actors and say it's canon now.
I definitely
need
want to put a
the,
game together one day.
It'd be fun.
I graduate after this semester. I'm going to have about a year where I can explore creative things, and that's one of the things I think I want to pursue.
Do it. You need to get the voice actor from the first StarCraft, the one that says, "You want a piece of me, boy?"
That's
Which
Chris
is, I think
Metzen.
that's
I'm going to get David Liebhardt in on it somewhere. I know that. That's all I know.
Yes.
I don't
We
know
have his
anything other
info.
than
We
that.
just need to call it.
Yeah,
We need to get
just
our
need-
people together. Your people call his people.
That's not a joke. I just need to call him up.
That's where we're at.
You would also have
And probably
Winston
pay for
if
his
you
plane
got him.
ticket.
Same guy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that guy's like the main Blizzard dude. He like directs
Wow.
and is a creative dude. And he also did "Do You Like a Piece of Me, Boy?"
What's his name again?
A fucking Chris Metzen.
He is. I'm
Blizzard.
like 99% sure he was at MagFest and I saw him.
Holy shit!
I'm almost sure.
You met Blizzard. That guy is Blizzard. He's fucking directed and written every single
It was
Blizzard
like-
game
it was at a
coming
panel.
out
I
in
didn't,
the
like,
last
meet him. I saw
15
him at a
years.
But yeah.
So shit.
That's
That's
cool.
fucking crazy.
Even if it wasn't, there was some really, really talented voice actors there. It
Wow.
was very impressive.
I would love to get plugged into the voice acting world. That'd be such a fun
hell yeah.
gig.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. If you want to hear more about it, I was listening to one of the Hey Ash, What You Playin' podcasts, the Hopcasts, like 3 years ago.
That's a fun.
It's not a bad podcast. I like the Ashley and Anthony banter during it. They're really funny together. And the guests they have on and Grant and stuff. But anyway, they had Matthew Mercer on, who does he does the Leon in the later Resident Evils, I think.
Okay.
Really good
Like
voice.
4.
Yeah, I think like 4 on or something.
Okay.
He's really cool, and he kind of explained like what it's like getting into it and why he does it, and like what it's like getting jobs and like just all the bullshit in the industry too, and like it's really good, really good podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that one and send it, or put it in the description or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, voice acting.
Yeah. I've been playing 2 games
Oh.
Games.
back and forth.
Oh no.
Overwatch.
Oh.
And which is, I'll talk about that in a second.
It's quite stellar, as they say.
Pac-Man 256.
Oh.
This is a game.
I don't know that one.
I do.
James and Mike Monday
It's
did a
cute.
video on it, and it's and that's that's what kind of inspired me to go buy it. And it's $5. It's like easily a $20 game.
Oh wow!
But it's $5. It's just their base. That's just what the price is.
What's the name of the one on the road? Because they made that as well. It was like the Frogger game that was popular.
Crossy Road?
Crossy Road. Yeah, it's by those guys.
Yeah.
Crossy Road people made the Pac-Man game.
Yeah, you can reskin Pac-Man 256 to look like Crossy Road.
Well, there you go.
You can change like the skins. You can make it look like the classic 80s game. You can make it look like the Championship DX games. You can make it look like all neon like that. It's just, it's a neat little game. It's $5. You can upgrade some power-ups that you get to take out the ghosts. It's a very sensible
I'm gonna do a zoom zoom.
evolution.
I
I can crop in and post.
I'm gonna do zoom zoom. Zoom zoom.
Okay.
Zoom zoom.
Well, now you notice. Well, I guess you can zoom in at the beginning of them.
Now they know that this is recorded with a camera. I ruined the
Cut.
magic.
And minimal editing.
Yeah.
This is
Because
edited.
I'm leaving this shit in.
No, this is a podcast, dude.
This is not edited.
As long as nobody drops the N-word or anything ridiculous.
Why would
I'm
someone
generally
say
leaving
that?
stuff in. I'm just saying that's
Now
what
we
got
got to cut that out.
No, I can leave
That
it
would
in.
be offensive. if
Dude, you
someone
can't
did that.
say the N word, dude.
You got to
Just-
say nasty.
that's
nasty
alluding
word.
to another bad word, dude. You can't say that.
Can't say bad words on the internet.
You
You'll
can't
get in
refer to
trouble.
bad words. God, that makes people think of
We're not
bad
as
words.
we're not as big as Filthy Frank. We can't do it.
That's true. Yeah, he makes money from it. We will lose our careers.
Can't say chinko.
Nope, can't say it.
I don't even know. What we're talking about.
Now we got to edit.
Now we have to edit
That
because
was, that was a Japanese word.
this is going on too long. I feel like it needs an edit just for fucking.
I mean, you guys are doing it. I'm sitting here waiting for y'all to run out of steam on that one.
Dude, I'm good.
I'm just waiting.
Speaking.
Well, I
of
gotta talk
Steve,
about. I gotta talk about what games I've been playing.
He
Dude.
hasn't even talked about his game.
Oh shit, has he
he
not?
never got there.
Well, I got a little bit into Pac-Man 256,
Oh,
and then
that's
we
right,
started
yeah,
talking
you did
about
mention
race
Okay.
and cuss words.
Yeah.
But
They go hand in hand.
it's, I mean, it really, actually, I kind of already, I guess I mostly described it. It's real simple.
Crossy Road.
And you can do couch co-op. You can up to 4 players at once. So
You do couch co-op with a cell phone game. Couch co-op with a cell phone game. Is that like, how would you do that?
it's a PS4.
Oh, I thought 250. Well, it might be on both.
Maybe.
I just knew it as a phone game. I didn't
Well,
know
it's
it was
on PS4, and you just put multiple Pac-Mans in it.
Oh, there you go.
And it just keeps scrolling continuously, and you go as long as you can.
So you just pack the men in there.
Yeah, you pack them in.
You just
So what's the other game you were playing?
Highbrow shit, bro. Other game, Overwatch.
What's that?
Been playing Overwatch. What's that? I mean, it's, every company who makes first-person shooters needs to, and I'm sure they are, take a look at this.
I think the industry has its measuring stick now. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
If you, from now on, if your game is worse than Overwatch, that will be known. That's not good. It has, that is a standard-bearing type of game, and then some. I mean, it's an awesome game. Team Fortress 2, spiritual successor in a lot of ways.
Sure.
If anyone hasn't played it and you've ever played Team Fortress 2 and enjoyed your time, it's awesome. It's more of that.
The way that game looks to me is it's sort of a product of like Team Fortress 2 style, and then also the rise of MOBAs like League of Legends, Dota,
I would
all
say
these fucking
the
games just coming out.
simplistic power stuff.
It's a result of
I'd
that.
say
It had to happen. There had to be a game where people who are sick of playing MOBAs, who play them all the time, can go on to the next type of game.
Can play a shooter.
But it's still
MOBAs,
not a MOBA.
It has a mentality of a MOBA and
It
mechanically.
has what I like
saying
about
that,
MOBAs without the parts that I don't.
Yeah, the cooldown time.
Overwatch is. I
things.
feel like their player base is highly MOBA players, and specifically previous MOBA players too. I think a lot of people
a lot
I
of
watch
Blizzard
on YouTube,
people in general.
Kiori, Dunkey, they both quit League of Legends and now play Overwatch.
I don't blame them.
Lots of YouTubers are doing that,
and a lot of first-person shooter people like me.
Yeah,
it's just a better game.
Yeah, and it's and another aspect of it that
I couldn't imagine going back to League. Honestly,
Me neither.
After playing it, there's no fucking going back. League is dead.
It's the most hours I've ever sunk into a game, probably, besides DDR. If you don't count that, back in the day. I have a weird history with Dance Dance Revolution. Played it a lot. Fun times.
It's a good game.
Being 17 is interesting. Yeah.
I have a Dance Dance Revolution set. Never used it.
Man, we're breaking it out.
I don't like the not the harder ones, but the soft pad.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
It's the worst fucking thing.
It's
in the
not
world.
pleasant to use.
That's the problem with DDR. If you want to have fun playing it, there's
If you have pets,
monetary
that thing's
entry
literally
fee.
the worst.
Either go to the arcades or spend too much money on a hard time.
It sounds
Which
like
is what I did.
I'm walking on diapers.
It feels like it too, and then it doesn't register half the time. Like
It's
you
a
got
weird paper plastic. It's
It's
crinkly, like
it
a
feels,
sun
it feels
chips
juvenile.
bag.
It feels like I'm playing with a Fisher Price toy. It feels juvenile. It feels dumb.
That's a good way to compare it, like the children's pinball that you can buy.
If you took a
smaller scale, and
take a bag of sun chips and stuff it with paper towels, that's what it feels like.
but Overwatch
Roll
is
crinkly, roll soft.
Unlike that DDR mat, Overwatch is awesome.
Overwatch,
pretty good.
Speaking of
Overwatch-
things that aren't DDR mats, Overwatch.
That's the opposite of that DDR mat.
I would say it's a whole different league of game.
And it's
From
let's see.
pads.
Oh, the other aspect that I wanted to say that anyone who's making a first-person shooter needs to look at is those characters and look at how much fun those people had making those characters, how far they went with those characters. I mean, every single one of them except me is awesome. Or May, or whatever her name is.
I love
hate
May.
Oh, okay, that's.
Why do you like? Why
That's
do you
the
not
one
like her? She's like
character-
their pyro.
I played them all last night. I stayed up all night. While I was waiting on that PS2 video to render. I
heart
stayed up
breaks
and I
at
played.
this.
I played all these characters. Fell in love with every single one of them in one way or another.
May's like my man.
And May, I was just like, I don't care about this character. I don't care about these weapons. I don't care about her fucking life. I don't care about her.
I think most people hate Tracer. Is that the consensus?
No,
I like Tracer.
Tracer's not the problem. Most people hate Torbjorn Bastion. They hate turret fuckers.
Torbjorn
What about
is one of my
the
favorites.
dude who
Tracer's
rolls?
really
What's his name? He rolls into people.
Junkrat.
With his ult.
McCree, no, McCree.
He's fun.
Junkrat has this
McCree
special
rolls.
where
He's
he
Junkrat.
rolls.
Okay, you're talking.
You're thinking like the Mad
Oh, you meant
Max
the grenade
kind of guy.
shooter.
Yeah.
He looks like a Mad Max cartoon version.
Yes, and it's his ult. He rolls into people and you basically it's a one shot if you land on somebody.
He's not bad.
He has
okay.
a weapon that
He's
rolls.
fine.
He's staying where he is. Someone can shoot you while you're rolling.
Something like that. Yeah,
But
and he has
Junkrat's good.
he has I think a mine that he can blow up.
Yep,
With a
and he can
remote-
blow
remote-
himself
yeah.
and it'll propel him
I
forward.
like Torbjorn and I like Reaper the most, but
Reaper's good.
but I like
a good one.
I just love them all, and I just didn't care about it. And you know what? I'm waiting for May
I love May.
to come out with a short, right?
Yeah, she doesn't have one.
When that comes out, I might change my tune. We'll see. Because so far, every single one of those has not brought me to tears, but brought me in the ballpark of tears. Every single one of those are so fucking good and touching.
There's
and
one
great.
next week that comes out.
Oh my god.
There's a new one
It's
a week
exhausting.
from today, and we'll all watch it before the show.
Hey, so is Overwatch?
Great.
Is it crossplay?
No.
Good.
No, it's not.
Good.
That would be dumb. We would never win.
Yeah,
Console
just get
people would
it.
just go, "This is awful," and stop, because there is
I
a
hope they don't do
clear objective advantage to playing.
Although it would be
else.
nice to play against some Xbox One people. I'd be down with that.
You gotta.
Yeah,
apparently,
that's fair.
Sony's the guy. Everyone has been saying, like, "Fucking look, we
Yeah.
want crossplay." Microsoft's willing to do it. Just Sony, just stop.
I'm sure there's
being
a
smart.
lot. There's probably a lot of variables they have to weigh. You know what I mean? That's going to change a lot
There
of
is
things.
no
yeah.
good reason for them to do it other
I
than
bet there's
to
a lot
be
of
cool.
legal
Well,
shit.
they might be
like-
needed to protect profits somewhere. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, like,
there's
who
a
makes
lot
the
of
money
weeds
from-
to that decision because once Sony says yes to that, floodgates are opened, and that's going to change the environment for a lot of games, and maybe for the better, probably for the better in most cases. But
They would
that-
be sacrificing too much.
They have
I
a lot
think
of variables to weigh. I'm just saying that's why they probably haven't
yeah.
made a decision yet. They have a lot to go through to look into that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a big decision.
I imagine there's so many people that have said, I want to play with my friends, so I'm going to get the console. My friends are on, and right now they're in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you take that away, you're taking away a lot of Ross revenue. Because then people will just be like, I'll just keep my Xbox.
I mean, yeah, that's my opinion too. But I'm
You know.
not looking. You know, I'm not in the boardrooms. I'm not looking at spreadsheets. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know what they're dealing with. They're probably dealing with a lot. Though is all I'm saying.
We'll see.
My opinion is, yeah, they should do it, but we'll see.
What
Man,
have I been playing?
What have you been playing,
Yeah, yeah.
Max?
I got a new one for you, and I got an old one. I'm gonna start with the old one. Rocket League.
I've heard of
Memory
this.
I mean, I've already
card.
talked about it today, so you probably already guessed that. Been playing. Sorry, let me put on my glasses. Been playing Rocket League a lot, and
Okay.
pretty good shit. I'm
Didn't we start
getting
the
my
episode
aerials
with
down.
Rocket League?
No, we did.
Yeah.
but I
I'm
have
alright
some.
with
More.
No, but yeah.
and then
I've been
after
playing
this,
that.
we'll talk about Rocket League.
Yes,
Don't forget about Rocket League.
I'm only touching on it really quickly to move on to the next game I played and beat in one sitting because this is a short game, which
Woo!
is Gone Home. Finally did
Oh,
it.
okay.
Really
Gone
fucking
home.
cool.
Hold on.
That's
Gone
the one where
Home
you
is-
explore the house.
Oh yeah. That's a
So
really neat
good.
game.
For-
Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm pretty bad about reading documents and things in games. I can.
Yes, I skip a lot of that sometimes.
It's not that I don't like reading. It's that I want to beat this game. I can't sit here for fucking 20 minutes. I want to. I want to get to the next.
I agree.
cutscene.
It's not out of disrespect or anything.
Right.
It's out of.
And I
like,
skim it. I
we're
try to get the
adults
gist
with
of it so I
lives
can
and we
absorb
have
the
to-
lore.
Yeah, I try to skim through, and some of them that are short, I'll read.
But this game,
yeah.
knowing it was a shorter game, I pre-committed to reading them all. All the ones
Yeah.
I came across anyway. And it's very well written. It's not confusing, even though you're reading a ton of shit. It's not confusing. It all makes sense.
It's all laid out real well.
And
It almost plays out like a linear game. I mean, there's really
It does.
Even
You
though
find
it's
out.
not.
Technically beat this game in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, you can. But
Yeah.
the point is, you're not going to.
I mean, I probably
That is
spent.
the game,
How
is
long
what
did
I'm
you
talking
spend on anything? 4 hours? 3 hours?
I think maybe 2 or 3.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. I spent about 4 or 5, I think, getting through it.
I
I did.
mean,
I
probably
got
2 or
turned around a
3
couple
as
times
well.
because it's not not a type of game that comes naturally to me. So while I was engaged enough to see it through, but it's just
Really interesting story.
Someone
awesome
spoiled
ending
it
too.
for me before I got to it.
my gosh.
So I knew the whole plot pretty
I'm
much going
so
in.
glad I didn't because
I
the
was kind
twist
of
at the end. I don't know if it's like a twist, but it's kind of one, and it's
Well-
great. It's a good ending.
At the beginning, you kind of think it's a horror game. And that's the vibe, and then you don't know what it's going to be.
I didn't
and
know what
that's
it
the
was. I had
mystery.
no idea.
I fucking knew exactly what it was, so I played it. I'm like, man, I would have really loved this if I fucking went in
It's-
blind.
It's definitely creepy as fuck when you're not used to the house yet.
Yeah.
That's why, I was expecting it to be not
Felt like PT or
not
something.
a horror game,
That's
but
how
I
they
was,
marketed it.
I was expecting it to be eerie, quite eerie, and it was a little at first. But like you said, once you got used to the house,
But it's all in your head though.
It was all in your head. It's not. I mean, the environment, the way the footsteps sound, and it's a really nice
It's a creaky
environment.
house.
Yeah, it's a nice
Yeah.
creaky house. So
I
There's
feel like
shit
I've
scattered
already
everywhere. And you don't
spoiled
know
it.
why yet.
at first, it's a little
But yeah,
eerie
I'm
because
glad.
you're walking around in a strange house. But then once you get to know it, it feels like your house, and it's
It
just
does.
creaky. Like you're walking around your house in the middle of the day and you hear a creak. It's not a big deal.
That's such a weird.
So it starts to feel like that.
I never thought of it in terms of that. It's
That's what it is.
It's like you moved in somewhere and you're getting used to your new house.
Right.
That's what playing that game
It
feels
was
like.
the first
Feels,
game where I heard
just condensed.
people say the words, what was it? Fucking walking simulator.
Sure.
That was like the first game where they called it that. And I'm like, I understand why the name of that genre
Dear Esther.
exists. Dear Esther is literally the
Probably
only
first
game
time.
I feel
Dear
like that
Esther's-
actually deserves.
Dear Esther was my
Walking
first
simulator.
walking
Yeah.
simulator game. I wasn't disappointed. I liked it. We've
love
talked
that
about
game.
this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
You don't like it. You like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fucking
We'll
good
move.
game.
Oh, I think more specifically, you argued it wasn't a game.
Right.
Or something.
That's the only part I disagreed with.
I don't even remember the
I feel
conversation. It was really funny.
Stanley
Go find
Parable
it. We
I
don't know
like
which
more,
episode
and
it
I'll
was.
leave it there. I'm a Stanley Parable
Oh,
guy.
well,
Oh, I like that game way
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Dude, it's way better than
I would
Dear
call that a
Esther.
game. I wouldn't call the other a game. But I'm
Well, you actually
Whatever, man.
interact with the environment.
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
so
There are choices.
so
There's
more.
differences. It's not just the fucking linear track.
Yeah.
You know.
Still both games.
Oh, here we go.
But here we go.
We got to move forward. Otherwise, we're going to fight to the
Just like
fucking
in Dear Esther.
Speaking
Boom.
of fighting, I saw a movie.
Forward.
I saw a feature film.
What'd you see?
I saw this movie that everyone was excited to see.
It's SS Social Security. Is that the name of the
I
movie?
saw
yet?
9 Lives with Kevin Spacey.
Ooh.
I fucking wish I saw 9
That
Lives
movie,
with Kevin
let me say, that movie cost $30 million to make. Guess what it made?
$30 million.
6.
That's just sad.
Oh no.
Why would you be upset? Look at that
$30
movie.
million to make. $6 million
$30
return.
million.
There's a part of me
Don't
that's
make
like,
it.
any human who has to lose that much money, I feel bad for them. That's
Sure.
awful.
It's not a person who made that money. It was his fucking studio. They got
I mean,
more.
just like that's just like
Sure.
that's gotta be stressful.
I'm gonna get into fucking old hat fights. Anyway, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this: Suicide Squad. I saw it.
Suicide Squad.
And it was we talked a little bit before the show, but like, if Batman v Superman for me was like a 4 and a 5, it's a fucking 2. I hated this movie. I really did. And the biggest problem it had, and it's a problem I don't feel like is brought up enough. It's something you would not expect, which is editing. I don't know if you saw fucking Fantastic Four, that piece of shit, but it had the same problem.
I didn't see it because I didn't see Fantastic 3.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm joking.
John heard all this before, so it's fine.
I have
It's fine.
actually seen Fantastic Four.
Okay, so wait, so you did see the new one?
Yeah, I just wanted to make the dumb joke.
So
I have
you
seen
know how that movie feels edited and disjointed. It feels like they made 2 separate movies.
it. Yeah.
This is that.
Oh.
This is that times fucking 20. Because the thing is that they also
Fucking 20.
they also had this movie.
It's like negative 20, but different direction.
Exactly.
That's
way
like a
farther.
ball sack, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
This movie was edited. This movie was edited by a trailer company, and you can fucking tell that they've never edited a movie.
Oh god.
It was bad. It was like
That's
they
bad.
left the radio on because there was just cool song after cool song. It didn't fit any of the fucking scenes. The woman who played Harley Quinn is good, but she was given a script that wouldn't let her be good.
I have a theory on why there's bad music in movies like 99% of the time. I think it's because instead of finding a song that fits the scene, they make a scene that fits the song.
They wanted to be so cool, so they
Don't
didn't
do that.
They
It's
didn't do
backwards.
that. Fucking, it was clearly not thought out at all. They have fucking Eminem as one of the songs, and it doesn't match the scene at fucking all. These aren't montages. These aren't cool scenes. It's people fucking sitting in a room looking at each other. Like, it's so fucking much of a mess of a movie. I could go on for hours. I'm not, because all the other reviewers did it for me.
So
But
BV Superman is above this movie?
Oh, by
or
far.
below? Above it.
above the bottom bun.
That's not good. Above the bottom bum, boy.
Fucking,
Yeah,
this is
boy.
a 2 if that's a 4 or a 5.
Shit.
This
See,
is
I would give
way
that like a
worse.
6.
That's fair.
And I don't know, this movie looks like it probably might be in the 4 or 5 range for me.
Well, like, that
But,
was a movie I was never bored at.
Not interested.
Say what you want about Batman vs Superman, I was never bored watching it. I was always like, I was disappointed. I thought, man, they could have done something better with this and this and this. But I was not bored. I was just intrigued where it was going to go. I was spacing out halfway through this fucking movie during the action scenes because there's just nothing visually to look at. It's also so fucking dark, and I don't mean that in tone. I mean, like, literally, I can't
Like it's just
see what's
shot
going
dark.
on. Fun fact, and I feel like this is just kind of a reason this doesn't work for me. Any fucking Marvel movie, any fucking of that, when you have like a bunch of people gathered together, they usually mix and match action scenes, right? It's not just one fucking guy per action scene not doing, while the others just stand there and look. Like there was they fucking never did anything together.
Action scenes are such a delicate thing to attempt in a movie. If you're making a movie, man, if you're going to do an action scene,
You need
make
to know
sure
what the
you
fuck
do
you're
it
doing.
well.
Yeah, you need to have a passion for it and know what you want and be excited to make it.
It's
You
just-
know, like these DC movies, don't have a lot of soul. I think that's a big
Learn
problem
from
with
The
them.
Dark Knight already. We have good DC movies. They're just not in the fucking
They're just
universe.
not. Yeah, they're just not like
And-
DC.
Yeah.
And rule for superhero movies from now on: don't fucking end your movie with the climax stopping a big glowy thing that has to fucking be blown up. Because that's like in every superhero movie.
Yeah.
That's in every
The
single
evil man
fucking
opens
one.
up the glowy thing that lets out the bad, and then you've got to close it down so you can kill the bad.
It's so
Every movie.
Every fucking one.
Avengers was that exactly.
Avengers was that. I'm fucking every movie before Avengers actually probably had
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
All the great movies.
Honestly,
Both Ghostbusters
script-wise,
movies.
it kind of is a Ghostbusters
The reboot
ripoff.
and the first one. Even though they were separate glowy situations,
Separate
both
glowy stitches.
they were both glowy stitches.
Jared Leto sucks.
If you guys know any good glowy stitches, put them down in the comments.
Tell us all about your glowy stitch.
And
Would you go through with all that?
Yeah, and if you like and subscribe, maybe we'll read it. So
Maybe.
I really felt sorry for
Yeah,
the
you
Harley
can
Quinn's
email us,
actress.
memorycardradio
That's
at
right.
gmail.com.
if you want to be the only person that isn't Jolt, email us.
We've got a
Wait a
couple.
second.
Yeah.
Oh, what did they say?
Thank you, Joel.
I don't remember.
Fuck
Nothing
I
Nothing
wanted to
important.
know that I was loved.
It wasn't
I'm gonna
like
hang myself.
one of them was like some kind of fake talent agency, and they were like, "Your video's really good. I love the content.
That's nice.
Email me your social security number."
Our months ago guest Rami commented on, I think it was 2 episodes ago.
Oh yeah. Rami watches. Hey Rami, what's up, boy?
It was the episode he recorded at my house. He commented on.
Okay.
He said, "Lol, girls in the background."
Yeah,
I think.
that's that. They were.
They
were
are.
there.
They were. No, that was a funny decision for us to just fucking whatever, just put it up.
I'm out of coffee.
It's
I
a
keep
podcast.
grabbing it. You ever do that? You grab an
Yes.
empty cup like 6 times. I've been doing that
Dude.
for like the past 10 minutes. I don't know what the hell's wrong
This
with
is why
me.
I put this down here, because if I have it here, I'm going to go. Even if there's nothing in the bottle, just
See, I feel like I should have it here so I can always see that it's empty.
you all have seen it.
That's what I'm doing.
I just need to. I'm not going to grab it. Not going to grab it.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the empty cup.
Eric, where can people go
Where do they go?
to see another version of the podcast?
You can go. It's mopcast/memorycardradio.
Audio
Is it?
version specifically.
For the, is that
Or if you're
it?
listening on
if you're,
Mopcast, go to youtube.com/memorycardradio. Watch the video version. You get all the video along with it and other weird shit. Sometimes we do other videos. They're all in there.
You might
There might be a
why,
.com in there somewhere. I just realized.
Potentially.
I did not add.
We're
that.
above the bottom button.
memorycardradio.info.
I
Is not the
think,
URL.
I think if you
.edu.
go to mopcast.com, it just redirects to the Podbean .memorycard or
enough.
.mopcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And but that's the actual website is a Podbean website, but mopcast.com just like redirects
I
to
like
it.
beans.
But yeah,
So I
the
just say
Podbean-
mopcast.com.
The Podbean page has both the audio and the video.
They
on
have
there.
other
So,
shows that are
Oh
also
yeah, that's
good.
right. They do the
They have
videos.
both.
So really, you could just go there and fuck YouTube in general.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't you want Google out of business? Go there instead.
you can do that.
I don't.
You get stuff.
Scotty keeps telling me we have a larger audience there than we do here.
Man,
Well, there you go.
we need to branch
sad.
out.
So
But yeah, you might be
thanks for
asking
listening
yourself,
and/or watching.
There's the video. Why would I need the audio? You're probably driving around a lot. Listen to us in the car. I've had several people I know of that have done that. With
That's what
audio
YouTube
stuff.
Red's really
That's the way
good
to do it.
for. You can just listen
Yeah.
to it and just not watch
So we're
videos.
38 minutes into the episode.
Oh,
What's the
man.
topic?
no, we're technically we're about
Oh, I have some news.
30 because 10 minutes were
news.
Oh,
wasted.
that's true. Yeah, we're fucking with lights.
News.
What you got on that news?
Oh yeah, I was going to talk more about Rocket League. Okay, so this is a Rocket League update, and I bring this up because Rocket League is a very, very popular game at this moment.
Yes.
And this is
Didn't we
a
start the
big.
show with this?
This is a free.
Yeah.
I didn't mention the update at all, or I mentioned
Update.
it, but I didn't talk about it.
Update time.
They don't
Update.
know what it is. There's 2.
We
updates.
promised more Rocket League. We delivered.
So we did.
And then I got some shit to say.
That's
No,
right.
Not really.
We talk about what we know. I know Rocket League. Update.
So
we
what's
got,
the update? Tell me
so
about it.
first one, small one, or big one, as they say. Bigger arena, octagon arena.
Now that is an 8.
Ooh.
There's 8 sides to this story.
Is it a lot more players or the same?
I don't know that.
It'd be nice if we could get.
I
like
don't think
6
it's physically
or something.
possible to fucking put 8 teams there.
No, I mean
That would be so fun, though.
like six maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's big enough, you know.
Well, let's see. Let's do the math. So, in regular Rocket League, there's 4 sides and 3 players. So, it's 75% of the amount of sides. So 3/4 of 8.
Is
6. 6 versus
Yeah.
6 in octagon mode. because it's just doubled. Like we could have just multiplied by 2. We're smart.
I'm glad the Nosgoth people have jobs.
Communications.
And
Me
they're
too.
doing well.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't get it from their Nosgoth universe, they deserve it.
Good fucking game.
They didn't want to make that game. The story goes they wanted to make a single player game, and then that was going to be the multiplayer, and then
know.
they're like, we cut out the single player.
I've seen
I have the bigger
screenshots of the
update.
game they're working on.
Oh.
Dude, yeah. I gotta mention that too.
Yeah.
So there's Rocket League Rumble coming out. So this is a free game mode. So people who have the game, you're just gonna be able to play this when it comes out. So basically, it's an epic battle royale edition style, or battle royale style edition that comes stacked with randomized power-ups. Whether you're equipped with the haymaker.
He's
Can't
right.
fucking read. Yeah, so there's a big list of
Haymaker.
pickups, power-ups. Okay, so there's the boot, which it's like a boot that kicks an opponent's car. There's the disruptor, which forces your opponent to drive uncontrollably for a little while.
That's
like these
awesome.
sound really fun. There's
So this
freezer.
is turning into Mario Kart.
A little bit.
Yeah, kind of like a battle royale, like the Mario Kart
battle mode.
side modes. The
I'm
battle
gonna play
modes.
the shit out of this. I feel.
Yeah, me too. Like that's why I wanted to talk about it. It's
Is
free.
the ball
Good for
even a
them.
factor anymore, or are you just fighting?
No.
Because if they could remove the ball and just have that, and I'd be fine with that.
Maybe there's a grappling hook. There's a haymaker that like punches the ball. Magnetizer attracts the ball to your car. There's a plunger. You can grab the ball with a plunger and cord and grab it.
Okay, so the ball is a factor then.
I guess it is. Yeah.
Okay,
Such an interesting.
that's cool.
There's a swapper. Change positions on the field with your opponent, dude. That's some Mario Party.
That's weird. That's gonna
features
disorient them.
brought into Rocket League. I can't wait to play this. It's gonna be so
I feel
chaotic.
like they should do a mode where they remove the ball entirely and just do that. I mean, that sounds really fun. Don't get me wrong, but it'd be nice to have it like without the ball also.
There's another power up I want to mention.
Okay,
It's the last
fuck
one on the
the ball.
list. It's called Tornado. Sweep up the ball and opposing cars into a giant funnel cloud. There's gonna be a fucking tornado in the new Rocket League game mode.
I'll buy it.
It's car soccer
wait, I
with
own it.
tornadoes in an 8-sided arena.
So
this is a game that's
going to
coming out for
be
free.
this is going to be a free DLC.
It's like free update.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Let's see how they worded that specifically.
it's coming to you.
patch.
Free game mode to be included with our next update. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
And this
So
is from
big
the
ass-
official Rocket League website.
I'm liking this trend of fucking like
I
Splatoon
like
did
this.
this too. Of just let's keep patching it and add content.
Do we know when
Yeah.
that's coming?
Gosh, it's pretty freaking soon. Next month.
Okay.
Nice.
Next month.
Well, we'll be playing some Rocket League then. That'd be fun.
I'd buy that
man.
for $1, but I'm
And
getting
it's
it
a
for free.
cross-platform game.
I'm happy it's happening now that like I'm getting into it too. It kind of happened like perfectly. I saw it on I think Kotaku originally or something like that.
Speaking of Kotaku, they're being
yeah.
sold.
Really?
To who?
Well, no one's bought it yet.
Yahoo?
They're being
Oh,
sold.
they're just for sale.
Maybe
Yep, they're for
Yahoo's
sale.
gonna buy it.
Want to buy? Maybe
who bought
they're
Yahoo?
going out of
I'll
business.
buy them.
Someone bought Yahoo recently. Who was it?
I'll just sell my drum set and I'll buy 'em.
I did.
Yep.
Fucking, I don't know.
Kotaku.
Anyway,
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
so what's new?
What is it, man?
Well,
What's happened?
I think we should talk about the biggest fails and the bigger successes of 2016 so far. Let's just take stock of 2016 as a year
Let's take it in.
overall. You know, what's looking like game of the year? I guess let's start with that. Like, what do you like? There's my pick, and then there's what I think. You know, IGN and all those people will pick.
Yep.
Usually we're different. You know, last year I felt like
John's not a conformist.
no.
He's a
Last year I
rebel.
liked what was the horror game?
Evil Within.
No.
Evil Without.
That was 2014.
Okay. What
The Evil Without.
The Sony exclusive.
not
What the hell
scary
was
game.
that? Until Dawn. I
yeah.
loved that game.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Loved it. Anyway, this year, to me, I think, not Rocket League. What am I talking about? Overwatch, definitely. There's several.
Is Overwatch 2016 or 15?
I think Overwatch was like 2 months ago, dude.
Was it? Oh, that's right. I knew that.
Yeah,
That's a pretty new
Yeah.
game.
I think a lot of people are going
Yeah, I
to give
knew
this to Uncharted 4, but I'm thinking.
I really don't.
I don't know. We'll see. There's so much. You know what I mean? Like, there's so
I
much.
feel like every time you looked at a
Fall in
review
line behind Mario
score
Dog,
on
too.
any fucking thing, I didn't see as many 10s, or if I did see a 10, there was also a 10
A
for
lot of
Overwatch.
9s.
I feel like Overwatch statistically is higher Metacritic. I don't know. I don't think it's.
I just don't see them
Overwatch
giving that to like an online only game for some reason. I don't know why.
I think this would be the one if it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if there
that's what
was
I
ever going to be one, that this
It's
would be
so
it.
high profile.
It's like
though.
Undertale, and that everyone fucking loves it.
Yeah,
You think Last Guardian has a chance at it? Which
for a couple people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Last Guardian wouldn't be. I'm just saying like that would be a case where that would show up in some awards.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You know, not all games. Like it's not like every Game of the Year winner wins every single fucking website.
My pick right now is definitely Overwatch.
Yeah.
I
don't
would
even know
say
that's kind of my pick.
I would say Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I think that was 2015.
What about Mario Maker? Was that 15?
That was 15.
That was Mario Maker and I think the new Tomb Raider were both late 2015.
Yeah.
So those really wouldn't be counted, I guess. But
I'm always bad at
those are
picking my
excellent.
yearly picks because I never remember the year that came out. I just don't. I don't think of games in terms
I
of
kind
that
of feel like the
sometimes.
last couple of years is generally like a big cluster to me.
I think of them in
But you know,
eras.
people divide it up by years, and you got to make thumbnails for videos or whatever.
Doom is one of my picks, but like
Oh yeah, Doom.
Oh,
Shit.
fuck, yeah.
I don't
God.
think critically that's
Dark
going to
Souls
get
3,
as many.
when was that?
No, Doom was.
I love Dark Souls 3 more than a lot of people do, and fucking I'm probably not
was
giving
that?
it. That was this year.
That was this year.
It's
Dark Souls
fucking
3.
like it's not going to get it. I can tell you that now. I loved it to death, but it's not. There's nothing. It's not new enough. I feel like it was.
Witcher 3 was like.
good.
What do you think's going to get
Yeah.
it though? What do you think?
I'm going to say it's one or the other for these games. It's either Overwatch or Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy's not out
Ooh,
yet.
that's true.
But
Final
I feel
Fantasy.
like that, if any other fucking game's going to do it, it's going to be one of those two. And maybe Deus Ex, but I don't think so. I really don't. But I'm saying there's an inkling of a possibility.
That will be a very great game, and that will go down as a very great game. I'm very, very. That game's looking really good. I'm very confident that's going to be a great game.
It will be.
Yeah,
Published
the
by
last
Square
one
Enix, too.
was fabulous. Mass Effect Andromeda we're not going to see till next year, I don't think. So that's not going to be in the mix.
You got Madden. That's coming out.
That's true.
Hey man, you know what I
Steve
think
Madden.
might surprise a lot of fucking people. If they choose to do it, I know these motherfuckers have the ability to do it. They've done it before. But if they do a good job with Battlefield 1, this could surprise the shit out of people. They have a lot to work with in that story, in that setting. Not a lot of games have explored World War One. World War One was notoriously just gut-wrenchingly violent,
That was awful.
up close and personal.
That was the war that the flamethrower was invented, right?
And mustard gas, and well, those things were invented before, but they were weaponized and they were perfected for World War One. And it was just every single nasty part
As
about
a
humanity
reminder,
came
though,
out.
we had Call of Duty World at War, and when that came out, everyone kind of shit on it. Even though
I
at
liked
the
that
time
game. I
it
thought
was
that was
that.
a good. That was a
That
good
was the
game.
Well, it
first
wasn't
Call of Duty
even-
Zombies. That was a pretty big game.
Well, I'm just referring to campaigns because that was a
campaign
game
was
where
a-
you set innocent people on fire in Vietnam. I mean,
Right,
like it
yeah.
had its moments.
I mean, it was. I liked that's still one of my favorite World War II games, honestly. But the PS2 Medal of Honor games are the best World War II games, I think.
I like
I
Call
think
of
you can
Duty.
argue
European
against that.
Assault is my shit, dude. Great game.
That's a
Yeah,
great one too.
made by the Call of Duty people. Let me
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so
That's
it was
pretty
the Medal of Honor games I'm talking about, I think. But anyway, Battlefield 1 could really surprise the shit out of people. We'll see. They could play it safe like they did with 4 and like they did with Hardline and be just average.
I thought
with
3
the
was
story.
kind of fun.
3 actually had a decent story. It was just
4
vague.
is the best after patches.
4 was awesome. But I just mean like story-wise, campaign-wise, like if they have a good story campaign, they could copy and paste the last multiplayer and overall people would be fine with it.
Well, see, I think the thing is people are so banking on that multiplayer, and I looked at footage, and it really does look like a skin.
Yeah.
And
It looks
that's-
like Battlefield 4.
That disappoints me a lot because when I thought World War One, the thing I think about in fighting was the trenches. This is what made
Right.
it fucking awesome. Is like
Yeah.
in terms of gameplay. So which would never work in a Battlefield game.
Right,
But
it's
the
just
idea
not.
is it's just two trenches moving up and back, and it took fucking.
We'll
days.
see what they do. I've seen some footage where there are some trenches.
Well, I'm just
I
saying
think World War
people would-
One. I think trenches. Honestly, like that's
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Well, I mean, this
think
is a game
people
with
getting trench
automatic
foot
weapons
and
and
the
fucking-
flamethrowers in the trenches, and it's like
We'll see what they do, man.
Trenches.
There's a lot of potential. If they knock it out of the park with the campaign like they have done before, I don't know if you've ever played Bad Company or Bad
Yeah.
Company 2. God damn, those are good games. Those are great games, great
Mm-hmm.
characters. Like top tier character development.
Cool.
They can do it. And,
Yeah.
they have the best sound design in the whole industry. They have the best sound effects. They have the best sounding. I mean, if you play a Battlefield game, that shit sounds
So why is
awesome.
Call of Duty not your possibility for Game of the Year?
I think
Do you not have hype?
This is the Infinity Ward run, right?
Yep.
It's their turn. See,
Yep.
the most talented Infinity Ward people are making Titanfall games now.
Yep. What about Titanfall 2? It comes out this year. Why aren't you hyped for that?
That could be good too. I don't know. We'll see.
Not
It could
even
be.
on my
Mechs are
radar.
fun.
It's not on mine either, but there is potential for them to wrap a good story in that weird little universe. They could do it. I'm not counting them out. They've done it before. They did Modern Warfare 2. That was fabulous. They did Modern Warfare 1. That was great. Both great stories.
15 is going to be such interesting no matter how it's fucking received. Like, just in terms of that.
I'm just sipping the tiniest little bit of coffee. I want more coffee.
If that fucking game comes out
I
and
feel
it's
weird
like
about
a
getting up. I can't
7
do it.
or an 8, that's going to be like a 3 in people's eyes. Like, I'm thinking about when 15 comes out.
Oh.
You know, I'm thinking, like, in terms of the Game of the Year conversation. Because, my God, if that game doesn't show up in the conversation, heads will fucking roll.
I think it will. I think most of them did before 13 games started happening. Did they not?
What do you mean?
Final Fantasy games showed up in, like, the Game of the Year conversation.
Oh, it was all every time.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it was
no
and when 13 came out, it's like, how many years was that whole saga? 5-6 years of just wasted time for that franchise, basically.
You've had fucking 11 years since we knew about this one game specifically.
We've forgotten how excellent those games generally are.
The MMO brought back a lot of love. And I think that helped, but single player people don't know. I mean, as I say, this game's got to be that fucking monument. If it isn't something that you're like, holy shit, what is this? That's a failure, because this series is weird in a weird place right now.
It has the opportunity to put that series back on top, not just back on track, but back on top.
But if it fails, it could easily go in the other direction.
Well, there's a whole new audience now. I mean, there's people who were kids, right, when 13.1 came out, and 13.2 came out, and 13.3 came out, and these kids probably played these mediocre-ass games and were like, okay, that's good. And 15's going to blow them away, and it's going to be their big monument game.
Needs to be.
That's true.
And it's also going to please, people like me and you that grew up with 7 and 6 and whatever.
When you grow up with games, like, just based on, the year and everything, and when these games come out, is more important than you think. Like, there was this... I think it was Grant Kirkhope on Game Grumps. It was one of his interviews or something. He was talking about, like, they were like, hey, so what does your son think of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which is, known to be, like, notoriously fucking awful. And he's like, well, they were, my son's like 13. He didn't grow up with Banjo-Kazooie, so he and his friends kind of like it. It's like a fun little racing game. They don't think of it as a ruined Banjo-Kazooie game. They think of it as a decent little racing game.
That might be true. I guess the difference here is that this was a series that was always the pinnacle. Like, that's why this name's so fucking big. It's because, like, they were continuously up there all the fucking time. Like, I guess an example I could think of, let's pretend that Overwatch sucked, right?
Sure.
Let's pretend there was no expansion for Diablo 3. So it was this company that always hit the fucking pinnacle, and then they just went to shit. And it's like, come on. You were the greatest fucking thing imaginable, and what have you done? So, like, it just 15 years have now been bad,
Damn.
And
15.
or not even... Hold on.
Sure, that's a bit much. I'm
trying to remember when 12 came out. That's the thing. And 12 is old.
I want to say early 2000s, right?
No, that would be 10. Fucking...
Well, then 13 would be after that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like me. I don't know the years.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the last good
Time's relative.
No.
I'm looking it up. 12 came out 2006. So since 10 years. The series has not been good since 10 years.
8th grade.
That's a long time.
That's a long
to be
time.
Mediocre at best. And that's a franchise that, I mean, look at their track record. 90%, over 90%. I don't know what the percentage is, but all the games are good, but 13.
Every game that I shit on and say sucks, that isn't 13.
They're all good except
I'm harsher because of how good the other shit beside it is. If they weren't called Final Fantasy, I'd be a lot kinder to them. Like, I say 8
Mystic
sucks.
Quest's the best one.
I always forget about Mystic Quest.
Mystic Quest, dude. Best game.
Best game ever made.
Best game made.
Best possible one.
Mystic Quest would probably just be kind of like insulting, but you would brush it off a lot faster if it didn't have the Final Fantasy name on it. Just be like some shitty little RPG that's made for kids. And that's all you would say. But because of those 2 words, you're like, this is the most garbage-ass thing. Ass garbage.
Ass garbage.
Throw it away.
Follow us on Instagram. We're posting more on Instagram the other day.
I updated it a little bit.
I saw that you posted a couple things. I like that. That's good. A little taste. See some behind the scenes.
Like, I don't get inspired to update the Instagram a lot.
But
I do the Twitter fairly often.
Yeah.
I want to meet the kid who's like the only
grab the
thing
password
I've
from
seen
you
of Final Fantasy.
I got a video coming up this weekend as well.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay.
So
you got
that's
some,
just a little
tidbit. Content rolling
I'm taking
out.
tidbits out of the podcast and putting them up as their own little 1-2 minute things, just because some people don't you know, some people see a 40, 50-minute video and they're like, I'm not watching that fucking shit. And they just don't do podcasts.
We never talked about the bad of this year. We've only talked about our
That's true, okay. So the big fail that comes to mind not an actual game, but the Sonic 25th year anniversary stream was just god
Eric,
awful.
I think you and I are thinking of the same one. If it's not that one,
I have two. So two other ones.
I have 9. If you know what I mean.
I'm just saying, like, there's two that got to be brought up.
And it's real mighty.
Don't do
it's
it.
a
Go
number.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I think you should talk about this. What is that?
Mighty number 9.
What's wrong with that game? Hit me with the story.
Gosh, wow. Mighty number 9. Awful game. Go watch IGN's
Did you
review
actually
of
play
it
it?
if you really want to. I've seen lots of reviews.
Have you
And
been?
I've seen lots of video.
Excited? Were you like wanting that to...
Kinda.
We didn't really talk about Mighty number 9 much on this
No,
show.
we didn't. I have a weird relationship with Mega Man. I didn't have any of the games when I was a kid. I probably first played Mega Man at my friend's house when I was like 16 or something like that. But I've enjoyed it. I'm like, this is a really cool little game. Jump, shoot, shoot. It's really
they're
fun.
a real nice challenge.
And so I kind of heard about this recently, not when it was being kickstarted, like way after. And I was kind of like, oh, like a Mega Man successor? That's fucking awesome. And, nah.
I played Mega Man X.
Motherfuck. Yes.
Okay, good.
I love Mega Man X.
I think I like those better, actually.
I
hate to say it.
X is my favorite.
X is my favorite.
I feel like it's
of the
more
Mega
of
Man.
what they wanted to represent with the 8-bit Nintendo ones, the NES ones.
I feel like it was like the upgrade. Now we're cool instead of cute. Super Nintendo, 16-bit, that
I
kind
always
of.
felt like 16-bit was like what 8-bit wanted to be. And then 16 was like, this is what we want it to really look like.
Yep.
I misunderstood you for a second.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
8-bit wanted to express what 16-bit could, and it just couldn't quite, and it's still fine, but like 16 let them fully express like their artistic creativity on, especially early on.
I think I know why I like the Super Nintendo aesthetics so much. It's because the resolution is not... It's high enough to be more detailed and you can put better art in the game, but not so low enough resolution where you can see the crispness of the pixels. It's kind of cool to see the little pixels, the squares.
Yeah,
on
if
the
you look,
screen.
you can
It's
see them,
really
but
neat.
they're not super obvious like they are in 8-bit.
No, but they're prominent enough to be, I think, a stylistic decision. Like
Especially on
like
Super
a
Nintendo.
prominent visual.
They're pretty
Yeah.
timeless.
Super Nintendo's
looking.
even
They
more
always
like
look
16-bit.
cool.
I think Binding of Isaac Rebirth, that's what that game is they gave it really crisp, pixely edges, and it looks awesome.
It's just funny because it used to not
awesome.
have edges. They
It
just
looks-
added them.
There's a filter.
They
If you
lower
go to the
graded it.
settings on Rebirth and Afterbirth, I guess, there is a filter mode where you can put it on and make it look like the Binding of Isaac with like smooth contour lines. It's way worse.
Oh,
Gotta leave the pixels on. It's a way to do.
I like the way it looks.
It's great.
I never played the original. I just played the one
the
that came
original
out on
looked
PlayStation.
kind of. I mean,
It
it
looked
looked
like a
fine at the
Flash game.
time,
Looked like
but
a Flash
fucking
game.
yeah, that's what it was.
Right.
But mechanically worked awesomely. So that's it's fine. It's a
Yeah.
good game.
Well, anyway,
What other fails you got? Fail me. Fill it up.
We keep talking about good games.
I got one that
Legalize
neither of you
fail.
brought up.
Legalize gay marijuana.
Battleborn.
Rocco Ganja.
Barack Ganja, the president of the United States
That's
of
right.
He gonna legalize that
marijuana.
gay weed.
For his daughter.
Uh,
The United States of marijuana.
I get it. The joke is that we smoke weed in America.
420 blaze it, bro. Hashtag.
Wow. 435 blaze it. Traffic was
Just
crazy.
like Battleborn got blazed in the fucking money because nobody likes
Jesus.
them.
Yeah.
What a bunch of losers.
Yeah, that game is. I saw it for $5 on PSN.
Ow!
Boy.
It was
Damn.
the price has been lowered dramatically, and it was on a flash sale.
I didn't know about
And-
this. I'm excited for that.
And
Well,
I feel
don't
like there
tell
might have
me.
been like a PS Plus discount beyond that as well.
Fucking.
But yeah, that's it. That game. And the big problem with that game, it's probably fine.
I played the beta, it's alright.
Like all my bias and bullshit that I hate about Gearbox aside, that game is probably okay. The problem is they wanted to compete with fucking Overwatch.
Yeah.
They wanted to release right around the same time Overwatch released and try to do the exact same thing, and they knew what they were fucking going up against. And they think because they made fucking Borderlands, they're gonna fucking compete with Blizzard.
I'm a lot more sympathetic.
Stupid.
Because they announced the game before Blizzard announced theirs, and Blizzard announced their date after they announced theirs. They just didn't back up. That was a stomp. That was, you're not gonna fucking show up
Right.
in my world.
Right.
And they knew what they were doing.
And they thought they had a fucking prayer that was gonna do well. I mean, what the fuck were they thinking?
It's one of those situations where you want to feel bad for them, but you can't because it was a risky situation that they deliberately put themselves in.
Yeah, they had plenty of time to change the date. I mean, they,
with the interest of kind of fucking over Blizzard
And also-
if they were successful.
They could have.
So it's funny to go, haha, fuck you, it didn't work.
They could have been the bigger man or whatever. They could spin it however they wanted to spin it and make themselves feel good about it. But at the end of the day, Gearbox can't hold a fucking
Money
candle
is
to Blizzard.
Burning. I've never seen money burn on a game this hard.
You can't. I mean, it just speaks to
Might be
just
worse
the
than
quality
Evolve.
of these two companies is just different. They're just different leagues. It's single A or double A competing with triple A.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking lose. You're gonna don't do that.
8.5.
That's why there's different leagues. That's why there's different tiers. Minnows don't
they'll
attack
make their
sharks.
money back when they make Borderlands 3, which we know
Yeah.
it has to happen at this point. That's their only safe franchise.
Battleborn is only double A in the sense that the second A is lowercase. It's like 8.5.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
No, it's in sevens. This is a 7 game.
of course.
7 out of 10. This is all I'm saying.
Probably,
A heptuple A, 7 A's.
Yeah.
Yes.
7 A's.
and maybe
That's even better.
I
That's a
might play
high
it one
A
day. Assuming there's no other games on the planet or something.
There it is, dude.
Then I'll play it.
You'll probably play it and be like, it's okay, and put it down.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what everyone did.
Normally, these kinds of games don't even interest me. A lot of times I end up feeling burned and bored with these games because when I think of these types of games, I think Evolve. Which is not a good representation of what this genre is capable of, and Overwatch is.
I got a weird compliment for fucking Battleborn, though. At least it's not Paragon. The most generic video game ever made.
That wasn't. It looked pretty, but I mean, you get over that in about 10 seconds with that type of game.
That is the
Gameplay
most
sucks.
MOBA I've ever played in my life. It's just, we did nothing original, but the fucking...
I tried it for a solid
Nothing.
45 minutes. I played it. I played a whole thing, like where we took out all the bases.
I took
all the
4.
bases and went all the way up and beat the whole thing. It took close to an hour, and I was like, I'm done.
MOBA, come on, Oba.
It's the MOBA without any of the fucking creativity that makes MOBA somewhat interesting.
Okay, so what else we got? Battleborn.
Blood?
Battleborn, my number 9, Sonic.
Battleblood.
I think
I don't
that's
know.
it.
Those are like the big ones, really, that stick
Well,
out.
3 people. That's 3. Fuck you. That's enough.
I feel like there's more
got
if we
it.
thought about it, but now
Do we only have 5 minutes left of recording?
I guess so.
apparently
That's not good.
we're wrapping up anyway.
Okay. What's coming out?
Some games that are coming out this week.
Oh,
And we're recording. I'm actually doing this right this time. The past couple times I've been talking about the week that we were recording when I should be talking about the week that this airs, which is next Tuesday. So that's what I'm doing.
Ooh,
now. So this is
genius.
this week when you're watching this is this week. Absolute Drift Zen Edition.
what?
In Absolute Drift, you will master the art of drifting, practice your skills in free roam, and compete in drift events such as Drift Kahana, and mountain drifting.
Did we talk about
Is this a driving game, or
Yes.
is this like
It's
a Wave
I think
Race
it's like an
64
overhead.
drift?
It's like an overhead little indie style game about drifting.
That's so
Okay.
rad.
I think you're gonna love it because
Dude,
it's
yeah.
gonna be one of those games that it's gonna be like Meat Boy where you just do it over and over and over and we get a little better.
I love that shit.
I think
I love games like that, dude.
I think we're both gonna love that.
Drifting?
And also, I prefer racing games with drifting mechanics that work really well, like Mario Kart 8 and Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform.
The overhead style
about
racing
Mario Kart
games.
Mario Kart Wii, you know what? The drifting on it wasn't bad. I'll give it that. Not bad.
Grow
not
up,
taking the
grow up
fucking
on PS4. Grow up.
Oh, the sequel.
Grow
okay.
home.
I like Grow Home.
I couldn't get it. It was too slow and clunky.
I get that. He's
I
pretty
couldn't
wobbly.
get into it.
He's
I
a wobbly
liked
boy.
it, but
It's
I couldn't-
charming.
Yeah, it charmed the shit out of me, but I was just like, oh god, I fell off the thing, and I was like, fuck this. Like, the 6th or 7th time I fell off a big ass thing and couldn't get back
There
up.
is no challenge in that game. It's pretty much
It's just how much
like a good feel
time are you
game.
willing to sink into this?
I have it on my
know.
Steam. I just haven't touched it yet.
Oh, it's
So
cute.
that's
I like
coming.
it.
I'll play it.
Hitman Episode 4. This is an episodic. This is what they're doing with this Hitman game. We haven't really talked
I've
about
heard
it.
good things, but it's kind of a you have to be there game right now. Seems like everyone's talking about the fucking same level at the same time. So
Yeah.
if I were to do it now, I wouldn't get it.
I have almost every single Hitman game ever released. I don't think I've spent more than an hour playing any of them combined. I just haven't really dug into them much.
Hitman's a series that I almost love every single time. It's like, man, I almost love this, but I want to change this,
Right.
and this, and they just never do.
That's what I feel like I'm going to get out of it, so I'm just never excited to play it, so I just haven't.
I always appreciate the goofy nature that Hitman games kind of bring with it sometimes.
Sure.
There are kind of, lots of goofy moments and weird characters in it.
Makes for better videos than it is to play.
Like weird side characters that just, if you stand around them a little too long, they start saying weird shit. Like, it's fun. They do.
I like that.
It's
That's
great,
good.
yeah.
It's charming. I just this much change I want.
Now, the Shantae game.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I did not know
Have
about that until I
Genie
looked at
On
that
the
paper.
Wii U. I love these
awesome,
little
man.
these little games are good.
Yeah, man, Risky's Revenge is really good.
That's one I have. I haven't beat it yet, but I'm enjoying it.
Risky's
It's
Curse,
fun.
the Pirate's Curse is the fucking best one.
Cool, I have to get that
That's a
one.
good one.
I haven't touched it in a while, but I want to spend some time maybe before school starts playing a little bit.
Awesome.
Anyway, that's going to be on Wii U first.
Wow, cool, man.
Good job, Nintendo.
Good shit.
Maybe now the Wii U will catch on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to buy a Wii U. It's decided.
And it will be on PS4 in September, so a little bit after.
How the Minecraft sales on Wii are doing? I haven't looked into that.
We got 2 minutes to find out.
Oh shit! Well, Uno's going
Next
to be
episode.
on Uno's going to be on Xbox One, and the reason why I'm a little interested in this is not just because I'm kind of interested in board games and card games on consoles lately.
Sure.
The Monopoly is good.
Tabletop Simulator is
Ubisoft
awesome.
did a great Monopoly. Anyway, Uno, it's going to return to consoles and PC with an assortment of exciting features such as added in-game video chat support.
They had that in 360, and it was the scariest fucking thing that ever happened because it was the first fucking game on console that ever used the camera. So everyone just show off their naked bodies all the fucking time.
Well,
That's all it ever was.
it's gonna make-
It was the chat roulette of gaming.
It's going to be interesting.
It was great.
I'm excited for Uno and all kinds of weird, creepy shit that happen.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to see naked people again. I miss it.
Anyway, that's all I got. That's what's out this week.
Cool.
All right, that's 1 minute to go, so we might as well say goodbye, and I
Missed
love you
it.
all. I don't know why there's a Wii here.